Hello and welcome to another lesson of Python programming for beginners. Okay, so in this lesson we will learn about numbers, how we can define the different type of numbers. Okay, so I'll say numbers.py. I am creating a new file numbers.py. Let's create few numbers here. Let's call it, let's say a equals to I'm saying 10. Let's say b equals I'm saying whatever, let's say 5.2. Okay, and let's declare another number. Let's say c equals to 1j. Okay, so this is going to be the complex number. Okay, so if I talk about this, let's say this is going to be the integer. If I talk about this, okay, this is a float. Okay, and this is of type, let's say complex. So this is a complex number. Okay, if I want to print them, let's check what type they have internally, because we have seen initially that okay, we can directly initialize the variables like that, but what type, sometimes if we don't know what is the type of variable, we can check that using a type method, type function. So let's try that. Let's say print, and inside print I'm directly calling type method and type function, we can say. So in that we will directly call that method. Okay, I'll pass the variable, so it will print the type of that variable. Let's check again for let's say we will check now for b, and sorry, yeah, and in the end let's say we will check once for c as well. Okay, so that's how we can just go and check. Let me try and execute this first. So let's call it, let's say python numbers.py. okay, so here we are getting that output that okay, this is the class integer, then we have the second is for float and third is for complex. Okay, so we can see that. Okay, let's add a few more number so that we can understand the things. So for now I'll just close the terminal. Let's call it d equals to, or let's say equals -1. I don't need to use this. Then let's say e equals to I'll say 3e raised to power 4, like that. Okay, so I'll just declare it like that. So this is again gonna be the float. And if I say f equals to let's say 3 plus I'll say like this, 3 plus 5j. okay, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so again if we say this is gonna be, let's say integer, then if we talk about this is again gonna be the float. Okay, and this is again complex. Okay, so for these again we will try and check. It's type. Okay, so let's try type, let's say d, and let's again we will print the type of e, and in the end we will check the type of let's say f. Okay, so we will print those values as well. This is, we have used -1, so this is going to be actually negative int. Okay, so this is going to be the negative int. Okay, so let's check and execute that again. So we will execute that again. So I just used a shortcut here to get it typed. Okay, so and if I execute again, you can see int, float and complex. It is the for first a, b and c. Then again if you see, it's int, float and complex. So again if it is even negative integer, but the type of that is int, because it's a whole number. Okay, but here when we use this e and okay, so it goes float. Okay, it is float. Okay, so that's how we can understand what are the types of numbers are there, or how we can understand the type, or how we can check the type of a particular number or variable. Okay, particular variable. Okay, so we can check the type of particular variable. Let's try one more. Let's say if I say g equals to, if I write it like this, let's say a, b and c or whatever. Okay, and if I want to print that, let's say print type g. Okay, so what will be the output here? Okay, so let's run that again. So here we are getting str here, if you can see that in the end. Okay, and the type of that g is str, that is string. Okay, so type function will return the type of it. Okay, so that we can understand its type. Okay, and we can check that very easily. Okay, hope you have understood this, how we can check the type of a particular variable or number or here in Python. Okay, so see you in the next lesson.